machine gun. You're also allowed to own a rocket launcher. Rocket launchers.
Hey Rob, are you there? How about channel 35?
Only in Arizona and Texas. Nowhere else can you legally own one of them.
965 Ontario, standing by.
I think I just keyed up on you.
You there?
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second.
Roger.
There. Okay, how you doing?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Pretty good. You're asking me about the new antenna mount. A big difference, and I can give you a couple examples. When I do my 30-minute streams, I was typically getting anywhere from 2 to 5 contacts on an evening. Now it's like 12 to 15 in the same amount of time.
Oh, that's awesome.
The receive is way better, less static.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And Jordan got a hold of me. I hadn't talked to him in about a month. And I never talked to him in his car. Never. Not from here. And I got a hold of him in his mobile unit, and he said, he hears me in his car all the time. He says, I'm up a full 2S units.
Yeah, Roger that. He texted me today, actually. He was mentioning that, so he was, I guess, pretty impressive.
Yeah. So what did he have to say? Now I'm nosy.
No, he was just saying that he asked if I had helped you with the antenna, which I didn't, obviously, but I said that, yeah, it's awesome that you got it up higher, and it sounds a lot better. He's the guy, he's definitely gone up a few S units, and he's actually able to give him a truck, like what you said.
Well, we'll see how it goes, and maybe if the DX keeps rolling, maybe next year I'll get one of those, what are they called? The something 5,000, you know?
Yeah, that's the 5/8 wave antenna. So I was thinking about getting one myself.
They're a little expensive, but I hear that I'll get another S unit out of one of those.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. A lot of guys, at least from the forums from what I'm reading, they were saying anything at this point is better than an Antron, but an Antron's a good introduction starting with antenna.
We look at my equipment. I got a Chinese-made radio off Amazon. I got a Bearcat speaker, and I got an Antron 99, and my coax is so-so, I guess. And I don't know. I'm talking all over the place. Can it be that much better? I don't know.
I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I think that's one of those things you have to experiment with to really get an idea and like compare the two. So it'd be like you'd have to put another antenna up inside yours and have a switcher to really notice the difference, I think.
You know, I get a lot of compliments, but you realize we're using we're using new technology, and everything's brand new, and it works well, it sounds well. You got sound reduction on these things. Some of these guys are running older radios. They might be 10, 15, 20 years old. Their antennas have been on the roofs for a while, and maybe the Antron's not as bad as they think.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Antron's pretty half decent. I've had great luck with it, and I reach out all over the place. Part of me wants to try other antennas just to try it, really, to see what the difference actually is.
It's the number one selling CB antenna in the world. There's got to be a reason for it, other than the price. The price is probably low because there's so much demand for it. They produce so many of them, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's got to be it. Well, the original, so the Antron 99 is actually like $200. But we have the Proton 99, which is the cheaper version. It's the same thing, but it's like a knocked-off version of it.
I think mine comes in 4 pieces, where the Antron actually comes in 2, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So how are things at work?
Yeah, they're all right. I'm sick of working there. I want a new job.
Oh, I thought you guys liked working for Weller Tree Service.
The company's not bad. I've been doing tree work for almost 20 years now. now, and yeah, I'm at that point where I'm like, I need something different.
Oh, you're having a bit of a midlifer.
Yeah, pretty much. I did go to school for carpentry, and I did that for a couple of years, but unfortunately the company I was working for kind of more or less went under, so I had to go back.
I suppose what type of carpentry? Like finished carpentry?
Both. I do rough framing and finished carpentry.
I always thought if you did the finish off stuff, that was kind of interesting. I did framing once for one summer, and when I first got out of high school, yeah, I did concrete form stuff too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Concrete forms. That's for a totally different breed. That's for sure. I've done a little bit of footing. It's not so much the actual foundation portion, but I wouldn't want to do that one for a living.
I didn't last long. I think it lasted 6 or 7 months and quit.
I don't blame you one bit.
I smelled like oil every day from the forms.
Yeah, that's the problem. And at least if you were doing regular carpentry, you just smell like lumber, which actually smells kind of nice.
No, I always thought I like to be one of these guys that finishes the bar off in the basement, or that fine. It's almost like an art form type of carpentry.
Yeah, it's like window casings, crown molding, that sort of thing.
So, are you in your car or are you on your base station?
I'm in my base station right now.
See, you were putting out pretty good with that thing. You were just talking to Florida.
Yeah, a lot better than the mobile unit. Mind you, I only have 12 watts in the mobile unit, so I feel like I don't get out as far. But if I was to put this radio in the truck, it'd probably be a lot better.
Well, I got my RM Italy hooked up right now, and if I give a little, just bear with me, if I give a little audio or whistle, audio, I'm putting out about 150 watts with this thing, eh?
Oh, that's pretty good. You're going about 7.9, right in the middle.
That's with I guess they call it the peak power. Now, when I'm talking, it's bouncing around it a little bit. It goes between like 50 and 100 watts when I'm talking.
Yeah, I guess it fluctuates with your voice.
I bought this meter, like I was telling you, right? I wanted to know how much I was putting out, and I wanted to set the radio up properly so I didn't overpower the amplifier.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds great. So you sound crystal clear.
Not supposed to have more than 10 watts of swing into the amplifier, right? So when I do that whistle, I got it set at 8 watts.
Oh, true. Yeah, yeah. I guess, did your radio tell you how many watts you're putting out?
I don't know. It's not like the one, the Quad 5, there's a little power meter tells you, right? This one's a little different. The meter's not as good.
Oh, okay. It does have it, though?
I don't see it on here. I have a meter that I attached to it, and I set it up. The meter that I bought from the Hong Kong Radio 88.
Oh, Roger. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I hooked it right up to the radio. I did some tests. I found out where 8 watt swing is. And on my power meter, it's about, on the dial, it's about a 7 on the power, which is about 9 o'clock on the power button, power dial.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's actually not a bad idea. Do you have the meter in your last video that you did?
I don't think you can see it. Maybe I can, if I turn my thing on, I'd have to put my stream on. Hold on a second. Okay, I just went live. Just give it a second. I gotta update it, something else.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, tell me when you can see it, and I'll turn my my camera.
All right, it's on.
Okay, watch this. You see where my finger is? Okay, watch this. That was 190 watts there. I'll see if I can get it a little closer for you. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries.
Can you see that a little better? There is a bit of a lag, 30 seconds lag.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. I like it. I have a meter that's similar, but mine's a double. So like one side is SWR and the other side is, I think, the power.
So what I did is before I hooked up the amp, I hooked this up just to the radio and the antenna without the amp, and I turned the power until I found out where my swing. They recommend you don't put more than 10 watts of swing on it on sideband.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Now, I'm curious, can you use your amp with it off, or do you have to, like, disconnect everything?
I just turn it off, like, here, I'll show you. Now, I just turned it off, and I turned my power on full on the radio.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you can bypass through it, you can still use your radio normally.
But I've heard people say you shouldn't do it. I don't know why. If it's off, it shouldn't make a difference, in my opinion. You also notice that my SWR is perfect right now when I just use the radio. When I use the amplifier, it goes up to about 1.3, 1.4.
Yeah, roger that. That makes sense. I think it's probably just because of resistance in the amp itself.
But 1.3, 1.4, as long as it's below, it's below 2 anyways, because that's what I was told. If it's above 2, turn your radio off. That's what I was told.
Yeah, I think that's more of a safety thing. It's not really like 2 is fine. You just, the lower it is, the better you'll get out, the better you'll receive. It's just, if it goes higher than 2 to 2.5, then you start getting into like reflecting back into the radio. But I've used my Bearcat with that like 1.7 to 2, and it's no issue.
Now you notice I got a minute lag. I had to get my computer upgraded. I just sent it to Torntech in Keswick. Got a terabyte processor installed, and I got some more RAM. And they cleaned up my computer. It cost me $300. But now I'm getting less than a minute lag. I got no spinning blue pie telling me it's loading or it's uploading, and it's my cameras aren't freezing. My computer's not freezing up either. It was a lot better than buying a new computer. Over.
Yeah, roger that. That sounds pretty good, actually. The fact that it's all smooth and like don't have any issues, that's pretty sweet.
Not really getting a whole lot of viewers on my streams though. I usually get 1 or 2 viewers that stick around for about 5 minutes, then they disappear. And then I usually get I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 15 people will watch the stream after I publish it.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. I think consistency is key. So like if you were to like make it a live feed once a week, I don't know, whatever day you decide, the more you do it, the more likely you are to get subscribers quickly.
I just been doing it when I get home and I turn the computer on. If there's a lot of skip coming in, I turn it on, right? It's not a big deal. And I call it live, Logbook Live, right? It's kind of like my logbook.
Yeah, absolutely. If you were to like make a schedule, and post it, so like obviously you do it when you get home from work, so let's say you put it on like 4:30 or 5 o'clock, whatever. If people see that, they might be more likely to come on because they might not know what time you actually do the stream.
I thought about that, making a schedule or just having one day or one evening saying this is going to be the evening I'm going to be on, and I'll dedicate like 2 hours to it. But there might not be any conditions, Rob. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's for sure. I totally understand that as well. I guess it's kind of hit and miss, especially with CB. But if you were to even still do like a set schedule, like 1 day a week where you dedicate the stream regardless, you can literally just talk gear and explain how you have things hooked up. And at least that way, if the skip's not there, you have something that people can relate to.
Just out of curiosity, how does it sound without the amp? Right now, my it went way down. I'm down to about 50 watts now.
You sound pretty good. You're still between the 7 and 9. It's just fluctuating a little bit. Or if you had the amp on, it just stays perfect right at 7, between 7 and 9.
Yeah, roger that. It's definitely They say it's an 80-watt radio, but I think in that reality it's more like 50 to 60.
Yeah, there also give you some other settings. Like, there's a deep menu in both these radios, which I haven't messed with mine at all, but there's things you can do to make it more powerful. It's just a matter of learning it and watching videos on how to set it up properly.
Yeah, I do know there is another menu. I opened up and just took a peek at it. I was afraid to touch anything.
Yeah, that's what I've been at too. But when I had my Yaesu, I went through all the settings that, like, basically there's a video that you can, like, perfect the thing, so it's amazing. And I watched it, and I wrote down all the stock radio settings that were already on mine, and then I tried everything. That way, if I screwed up, I could always reset it back to the original.
Yeah, roger that. I put my bike away, and I put my K30 antenna back on my car so I can park it in the garage. So the Tram 3500 is in storage for the winter, but maybe next spring I'll try another antenna out. What do you call those antennas? They're called is it Serial or Serial?
Serial? I don't know. I don't know if I've heard of those.
There's a couple other brands I might look into, but I've noticed a big decrease in contacts with my mobile unit since they changed the antenna. Made a huge difference in the wrong direction.
It made a difference in the wrong direction?
As in, it's a small antenna, and I'm not getting hardly any contacts in the mobile unit.
Oh, yeah. The smaller the antenna, the worse it gets. Even though it might have a loading coil, if you have, like, a full quarter wavelength antenna, you'll do a lot better. So, like, my truck has a full quarter wave antenna.
So getting back to this tree business, if you're not going to cut trees down, will you want to try carpentry again?
I had considered it. I don't know what I want to do at this point. I like doing carpentry, but the problem is you got to drive so far all the time to go to the job sites, which I understand. But it seems that carpenters don't make as much money as everyone lets on.
Really? I thought they did all right.
Yeah, unless you're a fully red seal carpenter, it's, you're anywhere from $20 to $28 an hour.
Huh. Have you done any of the Friday night check-ins lately? I haven't done one in 3 weeks.
No, I haven't done one in, I don't even know when, honestly.
I don't know what Lance is up to. I've been, last Friday was Halloween and the Blue Jay games. I was at the kids. And I did Blue Jay watch parties the 2 previous weekends, so I haven't been on the radio much on the weekends, over.
Yeah, roger that. I've been the same. I haven't been on the radio at all on the weekends. Every once in a while when I'm driving, I'll put it on the CD and the pickup, but not at home.
I'm thinking I might try a little DX before the conditions are gone, Rob. This time change sucks because we lose an hour of conditions, eh?
Yeah, roger that. I totally understand. Good luck.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. We're out. 965, we're clear.
Roger that. 73, 476 clear. Out there coming on the street.
965, 965, Ontario, standing by.
About at 151, 151. Get copy 351 in Las Vegas.
965, 965, Ontario, standing by. Las Vegas station, 965, Ontario, we're trying.
Working one for David.
965, 965, Ontario, standing by. 965, 965 Ontario, standing by. Nine 965 Ontario, standing by. Nine 965 Ontario, standing by. Methinks the conditions are dead. Let me try. 965, 965 Ontario, standing by. FM. 965, 965 Ontario, standing by. Nine 965 Ontario, standing by. Shouting out one more time, 9 Oscar Charlie, 965 Ontario, Canada, call.
There, 07 Ventura, California. We got a copy listed out here in Corpus Christi Unit 359.
Okay, what do we got going on here? Okay. There we go.
No contact on 07.
Good evening, friends. Sorry I didn't get an intro in. I started talking to 9 Oscar Charlie, 476 Sutton, Ontario, Mr. Rob, and I got sidetracked and I never did an intro. It's Monday, it's 5:32 p.m., November the 3rd, and I'm operator Ontario 965, and this is episode 19 of Logbook Live. We've already been on about 23 minutes, and I don't think I'm going to be on much longer. There's very little conditions. We had the time change this weekend where we turned the clocks back because of daylight savings time. And it kind of sucks big ass because I get home from work now and it's dark and the conditions are almost dead. So that leaves me the only other option. I got to wait till the weekend to get half decent conditions. Not happy about it at all. There is a few voices coming through, not much. I might try shouting out one or two more times before I shut her down. Anyways, I had a photo here. This realistic Navajo TRC 440. That was the first CB radio I ever had back in 1978, a 40-channel AM base station. I bought it at Radio Shack with the money I made cutting lawns. Anyways, I thought I'd share that with you. Anyways, we'll try a couple more times and that might be it. Nine 965 Ontario, Canada, standing by. How about it? We're trying. 965. Break. That's 38. We'll try 39. 965 Ontario. We're standing by. 965, 965 Ontario, we're standing by. Okay, I don't think there's any conditions right now. 965 Ontario, Canada, we're standing by. Only made 2 contacts this evening, not very good. 367 Florida, just before I put the radio, before I started the stream. And a local contact, 9 Oscar Charlie 476 Rob in Sutton, Ontario. And that's it for today. So folks, that's it till next time. Have a good evening, and this is 965 Ontario. We're down and out.